All right. Welcome back. I gotta find something else to say. I can't keep welcoming y'all back like that. All right. So, the sentencing. I don't think, one thing I did not do as I'm going through these posts, I don't think I actually wrote a post about the sentencing day. Now I gotta sit here and really think back to my feelings on that day. So, the sentencing, remember, and a lot of y'all in this situation, I know that you get this date and you think you're prepared for the date, and then you get a call and guess what? They pushed the date back. So that went on for so long. We got this court date. The date will come. Nope, they pushed the date back. Okay. So we finally get there. We finally get the sentencing date, actual date, and we go to court. And remember, my fiance was actually considered a flight risk, so therefore he was in there. It's not like he went to jail and came back home. Once he got arrested, he was just arrested. Kind of like how, no, that ain't even like that. Yeah, he didn't get a bond. Okay. All right. So, that day I basically remember my parents, along with his dad, my father-in-law, who is now passed, we all rode together for the sentencing date. For the sentencing. And, he also had a couple of friends that came. And I remember sitting in the courtroom, just being real nervous, just not knowing what to expect. I think we could have expected, and I think I've mentioned this in another video or something. At the most, we were thinking, okay, at the most, 10 to 12 years, which is still a lot. But at least that's the number we had in our heads, right? And we're talking federal time, so it's like, okay, he'll probably do most of that. If it is 10, he'll probably do a good 8.5, 9, whatever it is. Okay, so yeah, we're sitting there nervous, and I remember, like, me and my mom, we just kept running to the bathroom because we didn't know what to expect. And some people, you get nervous and your stomach starts just messing up, bubble guts. It was like that type of nervousness. So we constantly were running to the bathroom, and I just remember us being in the stall. TMI. But that was just a moment where, when things are so chaotic, and I don't even know the word to describe that, but you just have a moment where you just kind of lose it and laugh. We were just kind of in the bathroom just laughing because she's beside me, I'm beside her, and we all just in the bathroom nervous, nervous and getting rid of our nerves, okay? So, yeah, we went back and sat in court, and that's my first time just being in the courtroom. And I guess when you don't know, you don't know. So I'm sitting there. I guess I just wasn't aware that I was just going to be sitting there. You see the stuff on TV, but when you're actually going through it, it's like, oh, so I am really going to sit here and hear everybody else's case. Okay. So I'm sitting there, and we had a family that went before us, right? And this family was sentenced like to 5 years. It was a husband and wife. And they were caught for making crystal meth in their home with their child or children. But that judge sentenced them to 5 years. I don't know the priors. I don't know if they had any priors. But they were caught making crystal meth in their home with their children. The judge sentenced them to 5 years. Staggered sentence. So the wife went 5 years and was able to come home, be with the children, while the husband went his 5. So they staggered the sentence. Husband was able to stay at home while the wife was in. Wife was able to stay at home while the husband was in. Now, I'm sure y'all can figure out. That's not the case when it's a black family. I'm just keeping it 100. It ain't like that. It don't go like that. So to see that go, right before us, it was like, wow, okay. But I was relieved. So I'm sitting there like, oh, not that I'm happy. Not that I'm happy they're going to prison. Not that I'm happy that they were selling crystal meth with their child. But it's like, oh, okay, this judge, he's just going to give them 5 years. That ain't bad. We might be working with something here. Okay, I can handle 5 years. That ain't nothing. That'll go back quick. Then I look up and it's finally my fiance's turn. So it's like he comes in this orange jumpsuit, hands shackled, feet shackled. I think that was my first time seeing the whole, his body from head to toe since he had been in jail because he was behind the wall thing. I don't think that I had just seen him walking on the shackles. So that right there got to me. Because it's just like, wow. Wow. And I'm not saying, wow. That's all I can say, okay? And so like I said, that got to me. And he made eye contact, spoke to us or whatever. Mouth, I love you, little kisses, whatever. And it's like, okay, be strong. I'm feeling a little positive up here. Okay. Well, they just got 5 years, so let's go on and see what he gets. And he got up there, and they read off the charges. And because I'm thinking like, well, he did have weapons, but he didn't get caught with that. He didn't get caught with no drugs, so we got a good chance. No, when that judge said 100 and I want to say 74. I think it was 174 months. Well, when you hear that, first of all, when they say the word months, your mind is not used to hearing time, and so it's just like, oh, but that ain't nothing. That's not too long. Then you start thinking, wait, he said 174 months. Then you start thinking, wait, it's 12 years in a month. I ain't even gonna lie, my mental math don't work that quick. But once I really got it, we all said, how long is that? We sitting there like, what is that? And then when we were realizing, it was like, oh shit. That's like 22 and a half years. I thought he had a better chance because they just said they got 5 years. And their sentence was staggered. They was pretty nice to them. And then we came in thinking, oh, okay, you're going to get between 10 and 12 at the most. But this man said 22 and a half years. No, he didn't say that. He says 174 months. I told y'all, I'm gonna look that up. What is that? I was like, whoa. So I think that just kind of stunned everybody. We literally were just, what is that?
It's 174?
Yeah.
14.5.
No, that's not right.
I know, 100.
270. I'm lying.
120 more.
270. I knew something was wrong. Do 270.
Yeah, 22.5.
That's it. 270, y'all. So then we go back to the, it's time to leave. We tell the friends bye and we go into the car. We ride back. And one thing about his dad, my father-in-law, he's never been one to just show emotion. So he held himself together. And I think the way he dealt with it, we were just in the car. We did talk about it, but he never just talked, I think, to the depth that I would have wanted him to. And I think that was just the way he dealt with it. So on the way home, it was, I think we just tried to change the conversation. We did compare how the judge did, the first sentence with our sentence, and I do remember that conversation about how could you be making drugs with children and get 5 years. I do remember that conversation. And we tried to remain positive, like, well, yeah, they said 22 and a half, but no, something's gonna happen, or we thought there was a way where we'll just appeal it, or we'll just do, the typical stuff that you do to fight for your family. Not remembering too that, this is federal. It's a whole different ballgame. What people don't realize with federal, we're not talking parole. They took parole out, I think, in 1982. That's not what that website says. Go on there, you'll see it. BLP.gov. There is no parole. So when you're there, and you're doing, if I'm not mistaken, 85% of that time. Yeah. So that's how that went. And that's how we just rolled back home. Had our little quiet moments. Listened to the radio. And my poor father-in-law would listen. I was like, why are you listening to Marvin Gaye? Let's get it on. Really? They just said 22 and a half years. And that's what's playing in the car. Them two things weren't going together at the time. But yeah, those are just some things that stood out in my head at that moment that I still remember today. So that was the sentencing. So, to my loyal ladies, I know you know the feeling, especially if you were there. And that's not knocking anybody that jumped in later. But if you were there from the beginning, you know what I'm talking about. But anyway. Whew. Stay strong, beautiful, and unbothered. Don't forget, like, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications so you can get my next episodes.